Yep. We're going to start in a second. So, first of all, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. I know you could be anywhere, but you're here with me. And I really appreciate that. I really appreciate the people that are coming through and showing me love on my channel. Honestly, my goal for this year was to only get to 10,000 subscribers. That's my goal. And that's one of my ambitions, just to get to 10,000 subscribers. But, I want to talk about something that has really gotten traction over the past few months. Going against the grain. When you go against the grain, for most people, it's not good. It's not good. Because when you go against the grain, people tend to say things and tend to criticize you and tend to say you need to stick with the protocol. I'm telling you, don't stick with the protocol. Don't stick with the protocol. Don't do it at all. And the reason why you don't need to stick with the protocol is because as a person, you're an original person. You are a one of one. I don't care if you're black. I don't care if you're white. I don't care if you're Asian. I don't care if you're Jewish. You are one of one. And going against the grain is a good thing. Because when you go against the grain, it shows that you have a sense of thought. You have a sense of just being independent from everybody else. If you look at the great scholars, the great athletes, the great presidents, the great anybody who has been great at something has gone against the grain. I don't care who it is. You can go back in time. You can go back to Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ went against the grain. And he, going against the grain, sacrificed himself so we can live today. Jesus went against the grain. And then you go and you go into recent history, different presidents, different actors, different people like that, Allah. I mean, for some people, I'm not gonna lie, for some people, because you have different religions, you have people who are Catholic, you have people who are Muslim, Allah is the number one. But sticking on topic, going against the grain will get you some hate. Going against the grain will get you a lot of hate. And I remember when I decided to switch my political parties, I got a lot of people who were upset. I got a lot of people who were upset with that. Because at the end of the day, people thought that I was supposed to stay on the plantation and just be stuck in that mindset. I even had people in my own family be upset with me. But the one person who stayed by my side is my mother. My mother told me, I don't really care. You're my son. If you want to go against the grain and go against what people want you to do, you got my blessing. And my mother's always been my rock. And for people to tell you that going against the grain is a bad thing, they don't understand. Sometimes you have to go against the grain. When you look, let's say you want to switch professions. You've been working, doing this particular job for a certain amount of time, and now you want to switch professions. You're going against the grain because you've been so used to doing one thing, and then when you take up something else, let's say you in your 20s, you were doing one thing, but then you decide to go to school. You decide to go to school for, let's say, IT work, or you decide to go to school for something else. You're going against the grain because at the end of the day, you are, you're trying to better yourself. And going against the grain for some people is bettering themselves. We've all been there. There's always been a time in your life where you sat back and wondered to yourself, do I have to go against the grain? Do I have to go against what other people want me to do? There is a time I know in everybody's life where you had to make that decision. And sometimes that decision comes with consequences. Yes, I made a bar. Sometimes those decisions come with consequences. You may not think it. It may not hit you at first, but as time goes on, those decisions will hit you. Those decisions will hit you. Now, we're looking at the presidential election this year. You have more and more people of color supporting Donald Trump. And the reason why more and more people are supporting Donald Trump of color is because people are tired of the same old stuff. People are tired of the same old stuff that we've had the last 4 years. And if you go again, if you decide that you want to vote for Donald Trump, you're going against the grain as a black person. And it's okay. Because you're not the only one that's going against the grain. There are thousands of black people out here that are going against the grain. In life, you have to make those decisions. You have to sit down and talk to God or talk to Allah or talk to whoever you pray to and say to yourself or say to him or whoever, yo, is this the right decision for me to make? In this case, it's the presidential election. In other cases, it's no, I'm not Muslim, man. I'm Catholic, man. In some cases, it may be about switching jobs or moving to another state or moving to another location, moving to another space. You may have to go against the grain as far as who you deal with in relationships. You may deal with one type of, if a man, you may deal with one type of woman, but that may not be the type of woman that God wants you to be with. You may have to go against the grain of what you're thinking. And a lot of times, people don't want to go against the grain because they're so indoctrinated with that type of mentality. People sometimes, when you have been indoctrinated with something, you're going to stick to that same path for a long time. And sometimes you may not even know that you've been indoctrinated with it. Sometimes you may not even think that you've been indoctrinated with it. Salute to Mr. Jalal. Salute to you, brother. Salute to everybody that's in here right now. You know what I'm saying? If you like the content, hit the like button. Now, when I first started YouTube, I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know what the hell I was doing with YouTube. I thought that at the end of the day that I could just post a video and things like that's gonna happen. No, YouTube is a big, big thing. You got production, you see I got my mic right there, got my camera right there, you know what I'm saying? I sit here every day and do videos. I do reaction videos. And my takes, sometimes, a lot of times my takes go against the grain. My takes go against the grain. Sometimes, people will say a lot of negative things about my takes, but I don't give a damn because at the end of the day, it's my channel. Sometimes I sit back and I wonder, I always tell people, especially guys, especially guys, and even some ladies, yo, you shouldn't give a damn about what people think. You shouldn't give a damn about what people think. You shouldn't care. Because when you start caring about what people think, then you're in trouble. Then you're in big trouble. You should say to yourself, hey, if I'm thinking this, maybe I need to implement this. I may have to go against the grain to implement this, but you have to implement it. See, when you're a parent, let's say you're a parent and, everybody who's a parent raises their kid different. You raise your child different. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. A lot of people raise their sons different than they raise their daughters. A lot of people may, say that I got to teach my son one way and teach my daughter another way. Why is that? Why is it that you have to teach your daughter one way and teach your son the other way? Because at the end of the day, as they grow up, they're going to live, they're going to look at life differently. A boy is going to look at life differently from a girl. They're going to go through the same struggles, but it may be in different instances. See, going against the grain for a boy may not be as difficult as going against the grain as for a woman, for a girl. Because when you go against the grain as a girl, you have a lot more friends, you have a lot more peer pressure. So going against the grain as a girl may be a little bit more tougher, but it makes you a better person because you're standing on your own 2 feet. You stand on your own 2. That's another thing. When you stand on your own 2 feet, then people will understand. People will understand. Because going against the grain for me was starting a YouTube channel, half the people not even giving a damn, not even subscribing to my channel. You know how many people that I personally know that haven't subscribed to my channel, and I've been doing my stuff since 2023. I've really been putting work since 2023. There's a lot of people that I know haven't subscribed to my channel because I went against the grain. I used to be a rapper. I used to be a underground rapper, used to do shows, used to get paid, all that stuff. But after a while, I got older. I said, nah, I can't do this no more. I can't be no rapper no more. I'm 40-some years old. I decided, I'm going to go ahead and do something different. I'm going to go ahead and start my YouTube channel. That's going against the grain. And this is my advice to people. If you have knowledge about something and you have a sense of, just you want to get your thoughts out there, start a YouTube channel. Start a YouTube channel. Because I'm going to tell you something. You never know. It takes a lot to get monetized. But once you get monetized and once you become a part of that partnership program, you can make some bread. I'm not saying you're going to make a ton of bread off the break because YouTube is really, really tricky. Sometimes you may have to go against the grain of YouTube to get out there. But I tell people, if you have something that you want to share with the world and you want to document it, put it on YouTube. I'm not saying go out there and be a complete a-hole and talk a bunch of dumb crap on YouTube. I'm talking about if you got knowledge of self. Because a lot of times people have knowledge of self but don't want to share it. There are a lot of people out there that are struggling with different things. That means that, going against the grain. Me personally, I have epilepsy. I have seizures. I've had them since I was 19 years old. And it's really, really tough on me because I can't drive. So people, some people have a thought that, oh, this, that. Nah. But I'm going against the grain of what was taught to me about people with epilepsy. Oh, people with epilepsy are slow, or people with epilepsy can't do this, or people with epilepsy can't do that. No. People with epilepsy can live normal lives. And I'm going against the grain of what people have been taught. You've been taught not to, and the sad thing is that I think, honestly, the reason why people don't go against the grain is because they don't want to be labeled as weird, or they don't want to be labeled as something that's strange, or they don't want to be labeled as something that, that they can't, they don't want to be labeled. They don't want to be labeled. Honestly, they don't want to be labeled. They do not want to be labeled. I'm being honest. It is what it is. They don't want to be labeled. They don't want to be labeled. And sometimes when you don't want to be labeled, it messes with you. It messes with you because you know what I'm saying, you're stuck in this bubble. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes when you're stuck in a bubble, you can't get yourself out of, because you're thinking, what is everybody else going to think about me? What is everybody going to think about me? But you can't think like that. This is why I tell people, take a chance on something. If you have ambitions and dreams, take a chance on it. If you have something that you want to try to accomplish, try to do it. Don't worry about what other people think. Go against the grain. Don't worry about what other people think, because when you worry about what other people think, then you're going to be in trouble. Then you will be in major trouble. You'll be in major trouble. And being a black Republican, you're going against the grain. I mean, I thought I would never say I'm a black Republican. This time 10 years ago, I thought I would never say that. I thought I was gonna be a Democrat for life. I got older, realized, man, at the end of the day, man, they had me on the Democratic plantation for over 30 years. Didn't think, didn't want to go against the grain. But then when I started doing my research, I started to realize that the Republican Party was the original party that freed the slaves. The Republican Party was the party of Lincoln. The party of Lincoln. And people say Abraham Lincoln had to free the slaves because, this and that and this and all. I'm like, yo, at the end of the day, he freed the slaves, so, it is what it is. But let's get back to going against the grain. It's cool. Because when you do go against the grain, and you do something unique, and you do something different, you may start a trend. You may start a goddamn trend out there. You're going to start a trend. You're going to start a trend because people are going to look at you like, damn, what's the dude? I'm going to tell you something. Look at people who went against the grain. You go back to famous artists like James Brown and Michael Jackson and comedians like Richard Pryor and Bernie Mac and all the comedians and all the people, all the actors, Arnold Schwarzenegger, all the people who thought they were going to be one thing but decided, you know what, I'm more than just this one person. Let's take Arnold Schwarzenegger, for instance. When Arnold Schwarzenegger first came, I watched this documentary. When he first came to America, Mr. Olympia and all that. But then after a while, he started winning all these Mr. Olympias. He decided, I can't just be no goddamn muscle man my whole life. I got to expand to succeed, I got to expand, so I got to get into acting. And as time went on, Arnold Schwarzenegger got into acting and all these things, and he went against the grain. Because everybody thought he was just a musclehead. That's all they thought he was. You look at the evolution of the black quarterback. Look at Doug Williams, being the first black quarterback drafted in the first round. He went against the grain. First black quarterback to win a Super Bowl. He went against the grain. And that's what people need to realize. Going against the grain ain't bad. Going against the grain is not bad at all. it's actually great to go against the grain. Because when you go against the grain, you basically it's basically all or nothing. You know, people say draw out the lines. You know, like you know how everything people say everything's black or white. No, everything ain't black or white. That's why you got 50 Shades of Gray. Why do you think they came up with that term 50 Shades of Gray? 50 Shades of Gray is coming from what I just said earlier about going against the grain. Everything ain't black and white. Because if everything was black and white, we would all wear the same stuff. We'd be like the Matrix with those people in the suits in the Matrix. Everybody wearing glasses, everybody wearing black and white suits, all that. But we're not like that. You go against the grain on from everything from how you look physically to how you think mentally, how you are spiritually. You're going against the grain. You know, some people they may be raised in a Catholic household, but then after a while they think to themselves, hey man, you know, I may want to practice Hebrew. I want to practice being a Muslim. That's going against the grain. That's going against the religious grain. But see, people don't think about it like that. People think that when you go against the grain, you're doing something bad. I ain't doing nothing bad. Me doing this live is going against the grain because I could be watching football right now. But I'm talking to you. I'm trying to, I'm giving knowledge. I want to share my stories. This is why I made a YouTube page. Yeah, I love to do commentary. I love to do reactions. Reactions is funny, man. I love to do reactions. Because the reason why I love to do reactions is because I give my perspective on things. My perspective is going to be different from other YouTube pages. Other YouTube pages, the reason why reaction channels are so different is because, yeah, everybody's giving their perspective. It's a different perspective, salute the different perspective, but everybody's giving their own perspective on things. When you go to work, you have a set of skills. Everybody may have the same set of skills, but you may use those set of skills differently. You may go against the grain when using those set of skills. And there ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with going against the grain and having a different set of skills. Because at the end of the day, you want people to look at you and say, man, that man, he is different. I can rock with him, or I can rock with her. She's different. And that's the thing. Nobody is telling you that you don't have to, nobody's telling you that you don't, you have to go against the grain. But from a mentality standpoint, that's what we do as humans. We go against the grain as humans. Human beings were born to go against the grain. And that's the one thing that I've always thought to myself, like, yo, what can I do? What can I do to really, really set myself apart? What can I do? Let me know what you can. What in the comments, if the few people that are here, what can you do to set yourself apart? Comment. Let me know, what can you do to set yourself apart? No answers? Nobody knows? I mean, what can you do to set yourself apart from other people? It's pretty simple. Be different. Be extraordinary. Be able to be willing to take chances. Taking chances is another way of going against the grain. Because when you take chances, even if the chances don't hit, you can always say this, oh man, I took that chance, it probably didn't work, but it may not work in that moment, but you may revisit that down the road and it may work. I mean, I was on Facebook, man, and on Facebook, how Facebook they do the Facebook memories or whatever, and I looked at myself 3 years ago. It was the pandemic, we had the pandemic, couldn't go to the gym. I gained like about 30 pounds or whatever, and I got back in the gym and I saw myself like, damn, I couldn't even run a mile, man. I used to walk, run, try to run, walk, all that stuff, man. It was tough. But as time went on, things started to progress. I went against the grain. Some people say, man, don't work out 4 days a week. You only need to work out a certain amount of time a week. I work out 4 days a week. That's going against the grain. And I have a workout regimen that's going against the grain. Because I want to live healthy. I want to live to see 70, 80 years old. I ain't trying to die before I turn 50. I'm trying to be here for a long time. I'm trying to witness my nephew and nieces and all them raise their kids and all that stuff. Possibly have my own child. You know what I'm saying? 46 years old, man, I don't know, but, it is what it is. But yeah, going against the grain is nothing bad. There's nothing bad about doing it. It's a great thing. We as people have to just have to really just home in on it. Home in on it. Because when you home in on it, man, you don't understand. When you home in on it, you don't know what you can do. You don't know exactly what you can do when you home in on it. Take that brass ring and run with it. That's what going against the grain is. Taking that brass ring and making sure that you succeed. You know how many people, so many people come to me and tell me that, damn, I wish I would have did that 5 years ago. Wish I'd have did that 10 years ago. Man, I thought to myself, I wish I'd have started my YouTube 5 or 6 years ago. I wish I would have started putting out content 5 or 6 years ago. It probably been some trash, but hey, I would have grew. My content would have grew. I'd probably be further on. But I had to think, what can I do? Go against the grain. People don't understand. I always say it's about life. It's about life, man. Life is really, really tricky. Even in relationships. People don't want to go against the grain in relationships. I tell you like this, man. Women will tell you, man, I want this type of man. I want this type of man. But they don't want to go against the grain when they're trying to find a man. The reason why some females don't want to go against the grain when they try to find a man is because at the end of the day, they don't want their friends to look at them stupid. But I tell women, if a man love you, if a man about you, you go against the grain with that man. That man will treat you like a queen. Same thing with the fellas, man. If you got a woman out there that, she may not be got to have the biggest ass and biggest tits or whatever, but slim. If she treats you right and she there for you, she'll ride or die, man. Don't matter how she look, man. You going against the grain to find somebody that you love, man. Relationships is about going against the grain. Finding that special person that's going to be with you for the rest of your life. Finding that special person. Going against the grain to find that special person. I'm 30 minutes in, man, and, when you go, I'm going to tell you something. When you go live on here, a lot of people just talk, you know what I'm saying? When you go live, this is off the script. This is 1,000% off the script. This ain't something I got like 1,000 goddamn bullet points. You know, it ain't like I'm doing a review of a video or something. Especially when you go live vertically. When you go live vertically, it's like, yo, this is my personal experience. This is like my diary. This is a job like my diary. But going against the grain is something that I've always wanted to talk about. Always wanted to talk about. Always wanted to give people's perspective on. Got 5 likes. Got 3 people in here. Thanks for the 3 people. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, man. You know, some people get upset because they only got a couple of people in here, but man, you folks are with me. Y'all rocking with me, and I rock with y'all. Throw one in the chat if you throw one in the chat if you like the video. Throw one in the chat if you like the video. Throw one in the chat. You know. Yeah. But I know some people. They come in, check it out, roll out. I understand that. I mean, we living in a microwave society. People not gonna listen to you for an hour and a half. People may listen to you for 5 minutes, throw a like in there and roll out. They may throw a comment in there and roll out. I know there are trolls out there that's gonna just go in there, do what they do, and that's it. Do what they do, and that's it. That's all, folks. But yeah, going against the grain, there's nothing wrong with doing it. If you don't get anything from this video, I'm going to let you know. Going against the grain, there's nothing wrong with doing it. There's nothing wrong with doing it at all. Going against the grain is something that, at the end of the day, if you do and you do it right, it can be rewarding. It could be a huge reward. A huge reward. And a lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know that. Like, going against the grain, man, it could be the biggest reward you ever had, yo. I like to talk about, me, honestly, when I started talking, man, I'll go off the cuff. I go off the cuff. I don't care. Like, yo, this is YouTube, man. This is something that, you know, this is what I do, man. I do this. I do this shit. I do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna, you know, why sugarcoat it? But yeah. I'm just glad that y'all with me. I'm glad y'all still with me. The couple of people that are still here, man, salute y'all, man, for still being with me and really, really hanging there and then subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 10,000 by the end of the year. That's my goal. If I get to 10,000 by the end of the year, I will be so ecstatic. I will be so ecstatic, yo. Then my next goal is 25,000. Then my next goal is 50,000. Then my next goal is 75. Then my final goal, my final boss is 100,000. If I get 100,000 subscribers, yo, I will be ecstatic, yo. I'll be like, yo, like I hit the lottery. It'd be like I hit the lottery, like, you know, that's going against the grain. Because, getting 100,000 subscribers on YouTube is really, really difficult. Really, really difficult. I mean, people get 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000 subscribers. I mean, you can get that. But if you get 100,000 subscribers, yo, that is huge. You get that silver play button, man, that silver play button is huge. That's huge. But that means you really going against the grain. Because you have to be unique. You have to set yourself apart. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to set myself apart. I'm trying to get y'all to set yourself apart. Set yourself apart from everybody. Be unique. Be special to yourself. Be special. Because when you're special, people can't take that away from you. People can't take the special stuff away from you. People can't do it. People try to do it, but they can't do it. They can't. Because you know what I'm saying? You won't allow them to do it. You won't allow them to take that specialness away from you. That's what going against the grain means. Being special, being unique, being creative, being top notch, being a man or being a woman. That's what going against the grain is. That's what it is. And a lot of times, people will say stuff about you. People will say stuff about you. You shouldn't care. You shouldn't care what people think. Don't care, man. I don't give a damn what people think. When you start giving a damn what people think, then you lost. You already lost. You lost by a mile. You lost. But yeah. I've been on for 36 minutes. I'm about to get on out of here. I should do more lives. I should do more lives, though. I should do more lives because I enjoy doing this. I enjoy doing this. So, thanks to everybody for stopping by. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. It's your boy Jay. I'm about to, got two people. Got two people that came in. Okay. May stay a little longer. Hey. May stay a little longer. Should I stay a little longer? Should I stay a little longer? I got two people here. Should I stay a little longer? Yeah, I'm going to stay a little longer. But yeah. What do y'all think about, I got a question for the people that are here. What do you think separates, I'm talking about the people that are here. What separates you from everybody else? What separates you from everybody else? What makes you unique from everybody else? Because everybody isn't the same. But what makes you unique from everybody else? For the people that are in the chat, what makes you unique from everybody else? What makes you unique? What makes you unique from everybody else? Give me an answer. What makes you unique? That was a little quiet tonight. Well, I'll tell you what makes me unique. My mentality. My mentality of I gotta get it. That's my mentality. Makes me unique. Because a lot of people that I know don't do that. A lot of people like me, there aren't a lot of people like me that don't give a damn what people think. I don't give a damn. At the end of the day, man, it don't pay my bills. It don't pay my bills. It don't keep my lights on. Doesn't keep my mind going. What other people think don't keep my mind going. What keeps my mind going is being different. Being unique. Going against the grain, that's what keeps my mind going. That's why every day, man, I think about different stuff every day. Every day I think about different ways to get better as a person, as a man, get better. Make sure that I'm a better human being. Make sure that I'm a better follower for the Lord. Making sure that I'm a better person for the world. That's what makes me unique. That's why I go against the grain, because I want to be better for the world. I want to be better for the world. But yeah. But I'm about to get on out of here. Salute to everybody that came through. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked the video, hit that like button. Also hit the subscribe button. On my road to 10,000 subscribers. It's your boy Jay. I'm going to start doing more live. So, hey, I'm going to keep on cooking. Until next time, I'm done.